We're doing this. Hello, hello, and welcome to the Empowered by Design podcast. This is episode 191. I am your host, Dr. Liz, and I am so excited to be here, yet sad at the same time. We hold all emotions here in this space. We laugh, we cry, we laugh, we cry some more. And today is our final episode of the Empowered by Design podcast. We are saying farewell. See you later. Goodbye, all of the things. Au revoir, adios. And we are celebrating with gratitude the amazing, amazing time that we have spent together, whether this is your first episode ever, or you have listened to all of them, or somewhere in between. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I could not have done this without you. There will be tears today. There will. And that's okay because we cry here. That's what we do at Visionistas by Design. We have the emotions. We cherish and embrace the emotions, comfortable, not comfortable. And I'm excited and also sad to be saying farewell, goodbye to you and to this podcast. Yet I am trusting the power. I am trusting the heart, working the vision, and knowing that this is the right time to say goodbye. And we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about goodbyes. We've been having a season, a farewell season, to talk about how to have healthy goodbyes. And we're also going to have some fun. So stick around because it's not going to be all tears. There's definitely going to be some laughter and some inspiration. This episode, we are going to do a card pull. Of course we are. That is one of my most fun things that has come for me and for all of you and for all of us over this course of our journey together. So we're going to hop right in. We're going to start with snacks and apps because snacks and apps is also a very, very fun part of the podcast, Empowered by Design. If you have been around, then you know all about snacks and apps. For me, to prepare for this episode, I listened back to episode number 1, which I recorded almost 5 years ago, December 31st, 2020. It was very intentional for me to record the episode in 2020. As you know, 2020 was a trying, challenging year for all of us in the entire world. And that is when I really put the energy into expanding, building this expanded version of my practice called Visionistas by Design, and in that effort, Empowered by Design podcast. I listened back to that episode, Reflecting for Joy, episode number 1, and it was quite an experience to listen in and to reflect on where I started and how much I learned throughout the course of hosting a podcast for almost 5 years, and really just getting to know you, to getting to know myself better, which was the intention for this podcast. So I will start there to say that a couple of times throughout the last 5 years, more towards probably 3.5, 4, when I started to take on more responsibilities. I taught a few courses at Lehigh University, where I graduated from my graduate program. And again, if you've been around here, then you know that I love to try new things. I love doing lots of things. And for me, sometimes when I take on new things, I also have to let things go. A lesson that my son, who is now 17, but at the time that I was asked the first time to teach a course, and I talked about it with my family, helping invite them into the decision-making process to get their perspective and to teach them along the way about how we make decisions in life. They are my number one, my children. And so I have a 17-year-old son and a 15-year-old daughter. I'm married to the love of my life, as you've heard if you've been around. And my son, very wise, full of wisdom, said, "But Mom, what are you going to give up if you teach that class?" And that's a lesson that I have taken. Um, it's a lesson that comes up, as lessons do, time and time again, because we learn them and then we need to learn them again, and sometimes we need to learn them again and again and again in our different versions of self as we grow and expand and learn and grow and fly throughout our journeys. We get to, I do this little motion, we spiral up and we get to a new version. And the lessons are sometimes very similar to what we've previously learned, yet we are at a different version of self. We are in a different place time-wise. We are in a different season. We are have a different amount of birthdays. A little phrase I learned today. How many birthdays have you had? How many times have you celebrated your life and your birth? As a reframe on the passage of time, which sometimes can feel scary to us as human beings. And so, a lesson that I've learned myself and that I share and pass along. One of the missions in this podcast has been to share, spread light, spread love, to share the lessons that I have learned myself, that I have witnessed in my life, in my work with people across the board, in all of the different ways that I come into connection and contact, whether that is in my therapy work, in my coaching work, in my consultation work, in my friendship and my family relationships, and seeing and hearing and feeling and learning things that come, messages that come from different places, different realms, that carry information, carry inspiration, that I then love to share with you. So I am 100% celebrating with gratitude this podcast, this beautiful adventure we have been on together. Again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart and soul for your support and your love and the light that you have given back to me, reflected back to me as you are listening and taking the lessons as a collective that we share together. You are in my circle, and that does not stop because the podcast is ending. This chapter of the podcast is ending. There is something big and bright coming, and I love that. I don't know what it is. I do love surprises. So I'm very excited to see, but I'm definitely going to take some time to rest. That is something that if you have been here before, then you've heard me say the importance of balance. I talk about balance in my work, and I do these motions. I talk a lot with my hands. So it's been fun along the way in this podcast, to have been able to also publish the episodes on YouTube so that you can see and be in this space with me, on the couch with me, in this room with me, or outside with me when I have published and recorded some episodes from some beautiful places outside. And I'm just so overjoyed to have had this experience. In preparing for this episode, as I was listening to episode number 1, I talk very clearly about my intention for this podcast: to spread awareness, to help you build awareness and grow in yourself as a person. The more aware we are, the more open we are to receive information from different sources, people, places, things, spirit, the universe, God, source, all of the moon and the sun, the earth and the trees, all of these different places. When we tune into ourselves, tune into the silence, tune into the quiet, tune into the ocean, the breeze, the air, the fire, the light, and the love, we receive. We make the intention to receive. So my objective for this podcast, my intention that I set out, was to share with you psychological strategies, tips, tools that I have learned over my life and in my work, in my training as a licensed psychologist. And that was where I was starting. I was coming to you as a love and relationship specialist. Love, 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 love. We love love here at Visionistas. We also love the aspect of spirit, body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit has been with us. Those realms of energy, those aspects of energy have been here since episode 1, but way before episode 1. They are in my soul. They are in our shared collective energy and soul together. And as I said a couple of times, that the idea came to me like, I think it's time to end the podcast. And then quickly it was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Not time. It's not time yet. You have more to share. You have more work to do. You have more to give in this realm. And then in summer of 2025, the idea came back into my awareness, and with it came it is time. So no longer was that like, no, it's not time. It was confirmed. The message of it is time to end came. And with it came the clarity of how to make the most meaning in this ending. And to do that was to devote this season number 10 seasons of this podcast, to helping all of us learn through the process of planning a goodbye, planning a healthy ending. And so this episode is the final saying goodbye. Yet you have been with me through this season of endings, this season of saying goodbye in different ways, whether that is a romantic relationship, a friendship, a death of a loved one, the grieving of endings in general, that grief that we experience so deeply as human beings, and how to process endings, how to grieve, how to move, pause, move, and navigate the waves of grief as they come when we say goodbye, whether that is a planned or an unplanned, whether that is a goodbye by choice or not by choice. And it is my hope that you have learned something amazing to help you in this life. And beyond, because that for me has been one of the most exciting pieces of my journey, is to be able to recognize the power of beyond this physical life, beyond this physical world. And I will say, I will share with you something powerful that I experienced through this season, which I was like, is this irony? So in the middle of the season of goodbye, the farewell season, I received some very scary, troubling health information. I was going for a breast MRI because my mom is a breast cancer survivor. We have cancer survivors in my family, lots of them, cancer warriors. And so for the past couple of years, in addition to the regular mammogram that we all as women get after you turn 40, I think it is, but mine was before that because of my family history. I also have received breast MRI to be really on top of it. And inadvertently through the breast MRI came back okay, no concerns, but they caught a glimpse of my thyroid and saw that I have a nodule on my thyroid. And so I was sent for a follow-up ultrasound, which turned into a follow-up biopsy, which turned into about a month from the time I learned about the nodule to learning that it is benign, thank God. But for about a month, I didn't know. For about a month, I knew I had this nodule and I didn't know what it was going to be. And I'm okay. I'm okay. And talking about it brings up those emotions, right? Talking about our experiences, our life experiences. It has been several weeks since I've learned that it is benign and we're watching it and that's what happens. And so I'm taking care of myself. But in the middle of the farewell season, this came and there was a part of me that, well, a big part of me that was doing a lot of reflecting, but part of me was like, wait, I'm dying. I must be dying. And that's why I decided to end the podcast because I won't be able to do it anymore physically, personally, because I'll be dead. Now, my mind goes there. That's just how my mind works. I can think of all the possibilities with great sadness that was there and with great sadness and fear that was there. Yet, not yet. I'm sticking around. And so I don't know why. And that was one of the things that came up during the farewell season was, is this why? So that is not why. I still don't know what is coming on the other side of this ending, of this goodbye. Yet I do know that it is time. And I've received a lot of validation from that in all different ways, from people that I talk to, when I've said, is this the right thing? I believe it is it? And just from other people that I'm not asking for that feedback, but I have validation and support. I have also had some, oh, you're really going to end it, which was lovely to hear. It was nice that people were not saying, oh, thank God, we've been waiting for you to just to end this thing. And I thank you for all of that because that is what I've invited. I've invited honest feedback. I invite that in my life. Who do I invite that in my life? Especially if you have a thought or a piece of feedback for me, I want to hear it from you. That is a huge invitation that I give to everyone, including you. All out there is I can handle it and I want to hear it. So thank you again for being here with me through this. I have accomplished what I set out to accomplish in helping, delivering information, lots and lots of information on how to live well, live empowered, how to live balanced, tune in to yourself. Body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit are all of the realms. And as I have also been with you on this journey, learning and growing and shining and flying too, I have truly expanded in the spiritual realm to uncover, unlock gifts and experiences and elements of my own metaphysical, spiritual, mystical practice that I'm excited for and excited to continue to learn. One of the most recent pieces of learning that I received was that in this closing of this chapter and in the stepping into the unknown future, the unknown realm, the unknown next chapter, next phase, that will include rest, that will include a pause and a and a going inward. We are on the precipice of a beautiful turning of the page, a transition from a time this year, calendar year, but also extending into the next several weeks in the year of the snake from the Chinese lunar calendar, of shedding, releasing, saying goodbye to things, people, places, circumstances, beliefs, old versions of self that no longer serve us. And we are being ushered into the beautiful year of the horse, where that comes towards the end of January 2026. And so this is a time of transition where we are continuing to let go of things and to be welcomed into a year, a time, a beautiful season of renewal, reconnection, reclamation, and arrival to our soul's essence, our soul's purpose. And I am so excited to see how we will connect in that realm. I am excited for it. You will have not heard the last of me. You will hear from me. You will be able to connect with me. Even though this podcast chapter is closing, I am excited to see how things go from here. You know, I've been writing a book. We'll see how that goes. I want to invite you to connect with me in all the different ways that you have already known, but to remind you of the ways that we can stay connected. Number one, at my website, drliz.com, there are a few ways to get on the email list, which you receive emails periodically about things that we're doing here, events that we have at Visionistas and beyond. So we have virtual events, we have in-person events. So if you go to my website, you can download the Dreams formula, you can download the Dream Design Deliver formula, you can download the Fun Love formula, and some other goodies out there that are free for you to help you on your journey in life, love, and biz. Those are the places where I have focused my attention over the years, and in this podcast and in the other services and offerings that I have shared with you here and delivered in the space at Visionistas and the online space, the virtual space. We are so blessed and lucky to be connected in all of those different realms, the digital realm and the in-person realm. So I invite you to get on the email list so that you are always up to date on what's happening. You can connect with me on social media as well. Sometimes I have a very on again, off again, or I would say that the way that I connect on social media is I have gone through different phases where, you know, I've been encouraged by coaches to be like, post every day, show up every day. And sometimes that can be too much for me. Sometimes it's just draining and overwhelming. And so I will connect on there as my energy allows and invites me to. So the best way is on my email list. And then if you are in the area, come to a circle. I would love to see you, connect with you at an illumination circle. I host them, and I also help other women who are in the space of healing and growing in a holistic, spiritual, physical, mental, emotional way. I have a collection of women who have come to lots of different circles, who have their beautiful gifts. You know some of them, you've heard about some of them, from some of them on this podcast, and you've seen them on social media. a smaller circle we have formed throughout the time over this past year called the Inner Circle. They are women who are also dedicated to this work, dedicated to their own inner work. And by doing their own inner work, they also have seen the opportunity to share that beautiful gift of learning and inspiring with all of us. And so you can connect with us in person and virtually. And so that is something also to check out. If you are looking for a more deeper connection with yourself and you're not sure how to get there, and a circle just isn't right for you at this time, again, timing. We trust divine timing around here. The invitation is here to join a circle, and sometimes that can feel just right. Yes, a circle is where I want to be. And sometimes it can feel like I'm not so sure it's time for me yet to attend where there are other people. We have the option for you to connect with me one-on-one, virtually or in person, in the Divine Illumination Intuitive Reading Package. So that is where you and I connect one-on-one, live, either virtually or in person. And I help you tap into your intuition and the different realms of energy that you have: body, mind, heart, soul, spirit. And it is that I am the vessel helping you to connect more deeply with yourself, to nurture yourself, and to nurture then that ability to connect more deeply with others, the people that you love, the people that you serve, the people that you help, the people that help you, just people in your life. So those are some of the main ways that you can stay connected with me beyond the closing of the chapter of the Empowered by Design podcast. Whew. It is time for us to get to our card pool. I have my rose quartz crystal here with me. As you know, everything that we talk about here in this space comes from a place of light and love for our highest good. So we put that beautiful, protective boundary, spiritual boundary around our work, around this time together. I invite you to take that breath. Let's take another one. To really pause in this moment. If you are driving, keep your eyes open for safety. But if you are in a space that allows you to close your eyes, I invite you to do that now. We will do an energy inventory where we check in with ourselves. Taking that breath invites us to this present moment, invites the energy of stillness, of presence, reflection, pause. I invite you to check in with yourself physically. Notice any tension, pressure, energy, sensations happening in your physical body. Just notice without judgment. Your mind, so connecting with thoughts, ideas, images, and associations that when you intentionally pause, intentionally invite stillness and connection, your mind allows for that space. Notice anything that may be distracting you, pulling your attention, whether that's inside or beyond yourself, noises, thoughts. tugging at your conscious awareness, and notice them. When we allow and embrace what is here, rather than push it away, ignore, or avoid, we get a more fuller, more deeper understanding. In my space, I hear a plane overhead, which is ironic and coincidental, but maybe not coincidence. Bringing me back to the celebration at this space in 2020, the ribbon cutting. We had the same kind of flying by, a flyby, if you will. And then I take that breath to bring me back to the present. A little smile on reflection of the past and celebration. An invitation now to check in with your heart, that symbolic housing of your emotional energy. What are you carrying with you today? Here, as you know, I've talked about my own sadness, yet excitement and gratitude and love, all here in this realm together. Another breath and a focus on the energy of the soul, that aspect of our essence, our core, what is in our bodies, yet extends beyond the physical. It carries with it the collective unconscious, our past lives, our ancestors, our loved ones, the angels, divinity, source, the universe, connected. Our soul's work. We are here to sometimes connect again with an important person in our lives, to learn and grow and do something differently than we have in past iterations of the soul. And check in with your spirit. So closely connected to the soul energy, yet different, because the spirit encompasses all of those realms, our aura, body, mind, heart, and soul. It is the energy that connects us to ourselves in those ways, connects us with each other. Physically, when you walk into the room, you can sense and notice the energy spiritually, metaphysically of others, and also connects us beyond to our loved ones here on this earth and in the other realms of existence. And one more breath. I'll invite you to call into your mind something you would like clarity on here today, a question, a curiosity, a celebration. And we will take that into this time of our card pool. I'm now opening my eyes and I will show you. If you've been here before, then you already know this is my favorite oracle deck, my first ever oracle deck that I would say purchased, but it found me when I was traveling with my sister-in-law a few years ago in Los Angeles. This deck called to my spirit, and has been with us here. You were here when I opened it. My very first ever card pull with this deck was here on this podcast. How special a day today as we come again and come full circle. I'll shuffle up the cards. I remember just knowing that there was something more. I had the deck for several months, still in its package before I knew it was time to open, and have learned a lot about myself and my spiritual gifts and journey through this and other decks. And it has been a beautiful journey of learning. I want to try to keep my voice towards the microphone so that you're hearing me, but also I'm turning to spread the cards. And so as we spread the cards and enter into, that came rather quickly. I'm just going to see if there's any other. Okay. There are two cards that we are going to look at today. So I have two cards here. I'm not going to look at them. I'm going to look at them one at a time, but I'm going to show you. Okay. I love it. Card number 1. Aletheia, I call it. I've had this card on this podcast before. Aletheia. I think you can pronounce it a couple of different ways, and it stands for time. It is time. I see a beautiful contrast of black and white, 2 beautiful roses. And a white rose, if you are listening and not watching on YouTube, a white rose against a black triangle, and flipping it the other way, we see the reverse, a black rose against the white triangle. And there are 2 gems in the center where I would say there's a horizon. So there's a beautiful image of the underworld, the above the horizon. We talk a lot here about the subconscious. One of my favorite things to do here is, in my work, in my life, is to dance in the realm of the subconscious and to help other people, to help us unblock the things that are standing in our way. We do that through dream exploration, vision, and visioning, meditating, doing the inventory, checking in with ourselves, listening, seeing, feeling, sensing, perceiving, joining together, dreaming. This is card number 77. I think it's a beautiful message for all of us to validate and reinforce that we are on the right path. We are right where we are meant to be. I love that there's purple in this card. You know how much I love purple. A purple gem and a pearl. The pearl is not a white pearl, but more of a, I want to say like right from the ocean, right? There's a mother of pearl-ish type of color to that. And so that the triangles are forming a diamond shape, which is also, if we turn like this, we see a square shape. And behind that are white and black rays, lines coming out from the center. Just a beautiful, beautiful collection of images. And the rose is so beautiful and significant. I think of my daughter. Her middle name is Rose. Rosie. Some call her lovingly. And I'm going to look at the other cards. So we have 2 cards today. The Lover. Oh my God. I can't even make this up. I cannot make this up. Oh my God. The Lover. This is card number 17. So we have 77 and 17. This card, if you are listening, is a beautiful swan on a backdrop of beautiful pinks and yellows and oranges. Again, the rays of lines coming out from the center are similar here, black and white over the overlay of the oranges and yellows, some black in the middle. The swan has a pearl in her neck at her throat chakra, some healing energy around the thyroid, perhaps. I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards. There's a flower at the bottom of the swan. Another, like if we put these cards together, they're so beautifully complementary, holding them up so that you can see them. And even if you are listening, you will be able to see those pictures if you're on the email list, and you'll get to see that in the email. I'll definitely put that in the email, post it on social. I call Chad Lover. That's just a loving nickname that I have for him. And I will tell you about this. I think that this card is also like Liz. Don't forget to talk about your next program, a program that the idea, oh my gosh, it just feels, it feels like I must talk about it. I have a program coming called the Lovers Intensive. It is a program for couples to help you rediscover your connection, your magic. You have heard me on this podcast talk about love and to help with love and relationships and marriage and romantic relationships, friendships. And I am a lover. I love love. And that is, so I am here to help. I know I'm just like, I knew there would be tears. So it's just amazing. So another way that you can connect with me, I didn't mention it earlier because the program has not, there is a piece that has not yet come into the realm of my awareness of it's time to launch it. And perhaps that the ending of this podcast will bring the energy that needs to be here for me to launch the program. So stay tuned. If you know somebody who could benefit from a program about love and relationships with their partner, that is the Lovers Intensive, and it is coming. It is coming at some point. I'm not sure when, but at some point in 2026, I trust that it will be time. It is time for this podcast to close the chapter and to give birth to the energy that needs to be here for love and lovers. I'm going to read from the book for both of these. So I'm going to get my readers and put those on. And I love to read these messages from the book. This deck was created by Kim Krantz, and each card has a message that goes with it. We will start with Aletheia, number 77. It is an initiation. Truth. Our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room, and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Aletheia. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The Aletheia card requires us to step toward an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. I invite you to reflect on that message of truth. For me, truth and time go hand in hand. They are connected. And now I will read for you number 17, the lover. The heart, the beloved, the devoted. Pulsing through the heart of the lover is gratitude. The lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, reveling in beauty, song, art, music, scents, and sensuality. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must be fully present and awake, with no expectations or rules about what should be. Rather, the lover is in awe of what the world presents, reveling in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. The lover. So we have truth, Aletheia, and we have the lover in our card pool for today. In our goodbye, in our see you later, I am in awe of this connection that we have shared throughout this podcast. It's hard to say goodbye. This is difficult. This is challenging. I am struggling to say goodbye to you. I am going to say, I will see you later. I am going to again say thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart and my soul for being a part of my journey, for being in my circle, for supporting me, for supporting this podcast episode, this podcast journey, all of the amazing, amazing, amazing guests who have graced us with their presence, their wisdom, their inspiration. There have been many, many, many souls who have come on here, who have accepted the invitation when I said, please, please, please come on this podcast. And some of them were like, yes, I would love to. And some of them were like, I don't know. And some of them reached out to me, can I come on your podcast? And for all of them, I say thank you. All of us together have created this space of love, this space of presence, this space of inspiration, and pushing the boundaries of our comfort at times, in embracing our emotions, embracing some of the thoughts and ideas and beliefs, and pushing those limits to say, yes, and yes, and whew. And so I leave you with that message of truth and divine timing and love and connection. And I am so, so honored to have been connected with you here. And I look forward to connecting with you again and again and again and again in the future. I wish you so many blessings of love and connection, of wisdom and learning and growing and flying. And I cannot wait to connect with you again. For now, farewell until we meet again.